Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is William Hindman. I'm your host, and you're at Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their job or they don't. And normally it's the latter. Anyhow, hey guys, a couple things real quick. The violation of oath of office by a public official should be a felony. That's one law. The next one is if an officer makes a charge on you and the DA decides not to prosecute or it gets thrown out, then the charge should go back on the officer, because we're getting sick and tired of these officers using us to get promotions. And that's exactly what's happening. So, if you want to help change those rules, then I need you to call your congressmen, your senators, your legislators, your governors, mayors, city council members, and tell them you want to make a change. Be polite when you call, and do not be vulgar or rude. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. This video is from via Israel, We the People University. Go over and check him out. Tell him I sent you. Avira is a ex-cop, deputy sheriff. He did not like the conceptual idea that at both places it was us against them instead of them working for us. The way it's supposed to be. Yeah. Wow. But, you're dealing with sovereign citizens, so what do you expect? You can't expect a lot, guys. Most of these cops don't have IQs over 20. And I'm not being rude or facetious. I'm being serious. Most of these cops don't have enough brains to come in out of the rain. For instance, the one you're going to see here, female cop, attitude at 3,000%, has her ass handed to her by the DA. I know this and I know that and I'm this and I'm that, and you're an idiot. You are a moron. Now, how do we know that? Because the DA told you, yeah, you can arrest her for that. But a defense attorney, any defense attorney, a public defender is going to eat you alive. Well, duh. You as a sovereign citizen broke the law when A, you stopped her because you didn't know the law. B, you pulled her out of the car without a reason. C, you searched her body, not a pat down. Duh. I'm not even a cop. I know this. And I'm morally challenged, or mentally challenged. Morally challenged. Sorry about that. Mentally challenged, okay? And I know this. So, I don't know what to tell you guys. Let's check the video out, and you guys tell me what you think. Oh, real quick, subscribe to my channel, hit my like and share button, hit the bell icon so you know when I put out a new video. We're back putting videos out, so let's switch over and video time. Yay!
We can argue all you want. I don't know why you are being so defensive.
You are not patting me down. You are feeling up under my bra.
Welcome back to another episode of We the People University. My name is Abaya Israel, former police officer, former sheriff's deputy. Today we're going to take a look at the Montgomery County Constable, Precinct 5, located in Texas. Okay, this video is going to show you just why it's so important to know state laws, okay? You have to know state laws. You got to pay attention to what's being said and done in this particular video, and listen to, once we get to the part, of course, listen to the attorney advise and how he advised this officer on whether she should or should not make this arrest. And you can kind of feel the officer really doesn't want to take the advice of the attorney, but ultimately, we'll see what happens. But before we get to that, I want to read another email that a viewer sent to me. All right. This email was sent by Eric, and he states, "Hey Abaya, I love your insight on the videos you show and the commentary you provide with the law enforcement background you have. I watch a lot of auditors' videos and I rank your format as one of the best." Well, I appreciate that. "My reason for emailing you is I see a lot of auditors standing up for their rights, but a lot of times they are arrested for failure to ID, even though there is no RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion, by the police. Some state that they were released after 4 to 8 hours, sometimes more. However, they don't say if anything can be done about being held that long then released other than filing a complaint. Is that basically all that could be done for being unlawfully held in a jail cell and losing that much of your freedom for no reason? Thanks for your time. So, Eric, here's the thing with when you're auditing, okay? You're out there. One thing about it, if you're going to be an auditor, or any of you guys, if you're thinking about becoming an auditor, be prepared to be arrested, okay? Remember, I say this a lot on this channel, when police officers come out of the academy, we did not know the law. I did not know the law. And if it wasn't for me having a field training officer that I just wasn't too fond of, I would probably not know the law. What I did, I started reading. I didn't want to ask him questions. I wasn't fond of this guy. So I was like, okay, I'll read for myself because I don't want to ask him any questions. And I just happened to stumble across some videos that actually helped me further educate myself and caused me to go out and look into things further. And so I started learning more about the law as a police officer. Most officers don't do that. So therefore, you as a brand new auditor, you've learned your rights. You're standing up for your rights. This cop comes. Now he places you under arrest because he thinks he's right. You're right. And you go to jail. But then his sergeant, lieutenant comes, okay, release that person. They were actually right. Now you're released. But why? What happens at that point? Well, now that officer gets what we all know as qualified immunity because he was doing it in good faith. He thought he was right. Sometimes he may get, some retraining by the department. So when you're asking, is a complaint all that can be done? Not necessarily. Okay, if you're leaving it into the hands of the department, then probably. But you have to go into the court systems yourself and start pushing and fighting. And a lot of people just don't do that. Why? Because it's time consuming, it takes money, and it's a long process. And a lot of times I see in my email or in the comments, hey, are you going to do a follow-up on this particular video? Trust me when I tell you this, most people just don't follow up. No matter how much we encourage them to do so, they don't do so because of the time and the process. So to your question, is that all that can be done? No, a lot more could be done, but in a lot of cases, people just don't follow up. Now, let me say this about the complaint process, because most people feel like a complaint will do absolutely nothing. A complaint is major, okay? This is how you should file a complaint. Once your rights have been violated by police, make sure you file a complaint by doing it in this particular process. Go down, obviously, and file a complaint. Now, make sure you keep a copy. Keep a copy of that, even photocopy it. Save a copy, email it to yourself so you can have a digital copy. I would say about 6 to 7 months later, go and request that officer's personal files, the public records. Make sure that complaint is in there. And you want to make sure it's there because for the future, it may not immediately benefit you, but let's say that particular police officer goes out, he violates someone else's rights, their rights, or he does something even worse to someone else. That complaint will play a major part in that next court case. They can look back and see, hey, people have been complaining about this guy. This is not a new thing for him. He has a pattern. So even though if you think the complaint did not do anything for you, it may help someone else. So if there's a situation dealing with the police officer who's violating your rights or worse, make sure you file that complaint. And if you feel like it's another step should be taken as far as a lawsuit, file the lawsuit. If anything, at the end of the day, they would know you and they would start to look into why you did what you did, and they may be a little bit more hesitant to violate the rights of the next person. It's a very tedious process, which is why a lot of people don't follow up. But yes, there could be more that is done, but us, the people, we just have to do more. Hopefully that made sense. But anyway, let's get ready to jump into this video. And that email is a great question for this particular video, because in this video, we're going to see, again, the police officer does not know the law and is also violating someone's rights. Let's check this out.
You gonna roll down the window? Why not? Roll down the window.
Yes, may I help you?
Officer Norton, Montgomery County Constable's Precinct 5. The reason I pulled you over is your license plate is obscured. I cannot see your license plate.
You're full of crap anyways because it's got my bicycle things on it.
It still can't be covered.
Yes, it is not covered. It is, but that's
It's obscured.
legal.
No, it's not. I cannot see your license plate. I cannot see your license plate.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's obscured. Do you have your license on you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
However, it's not obscured.
Okay, it is obscured.
You can call Officer Simpson, Sergeant Simpson, and ask him. It is not obscured.
So me not being able to see your back license plate, don't roll up your window on me.
Oh, watch me.
Okay.
It was an accident to begin with, so don't threaten me.
I didn't threaten you. I said
Yes,
don't
you
roll.
did. Don't roll up your window on me. It was an accident to begin with.
Okay,
It's wrong.
that's all I said was don't roll your window up on me. Where's your license?
It's not obscured.
Okay.
You can read it.
We can agree to disagree. Where are you coming from today?
None of your business.
Okay, cool. Any weapons in the vehicle?
None of your business.
It is my business, actually.
No, I don't have to answer any more questions.
Yeah, you do. Are there any weapons in the vehicle?
Here you go.
Are there any weapons in the vehicle?
No.
Okay. Any illegal narcotics?
I'm not answering any more questions.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead and hop out of the vehicle for me.
Excuse me?
Hop out of the vehicle.
Excuse me?
Go ahead and hop out of the vehicle.
Say that again?
Go ahead and hop out of the vehicle.
No.
Get out of the
I'm not
vehicle?
getting out of the vehicle.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, no, I am not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
8520. Can you send me another unit? I have a occupant that's refusing to get out of the vehicle.
So I know what you guys are saying. Okay, she's been pulled over on a traffic stop. The officer is requesting for her to get out of the vehicle. She is refusing. The officer has a right, a duty to get her out if he or she chooses to, due to Pennsylvania versus Mims. But before we go there, I want to read something. I know we saw as the officer was walking up to the vehicle that the license plate does look to be obscured, and this is the reason for the stop, according to the officer. Her license plate is obscured by the bikes that are on the back. But let's read something really quickly and see why it's so important for you to know your state law. Let's check this out. Texas Transportation Code 504.945. A person commits an offense if the person attaches to or displays on a motor vehicle a license plate that B. alters or obscures one half or more of the name of the state in which the vehicle is registered, or C. alters or obscures the letters or numbers of the license plate number or the color of the plate. So as we see, yes, if you alter, which she's not altering the plate, but the bike or the bicycle rack with the bikes along with it, they're obscuring the plate. And this is why the officer is conducting this particular traffic stop. So you say, okay, well, there's legal grounds for her to stop her, so she must get out of the vehicle. Let's keep reading. Of the same law, subsection C, A7. This may not be construed to apply to a bicycle or motorcycle rack that is attached to a vehicle in a normal or customary manner. This is what's on the back of her car. A bicycle rack that is attached to the vehicle in a normal or customary manner. So the officer was correct. You can stop someone for an obscure license plate, but she didn't continue to read all the way down and say to see where it says, but if it's a bicycle rack or a motorcycle rack, this does not apply. So now how does that work in line with Pennsylvania versus Mims? Let's read this really quickly. In a 6-3 per curiam decision, the court held that the search did not violate Mims' rights. Under the Fourth Amendment, the court noted that the officer had already detained Mims in order to issue him a traffic summons and felt that asking him to exit the vehicle was a minimal and reasonable intrusion of his freedom. Whether the search occurred inside or outside of the car was irrelevant to the court. The officers had stopped Mims for a legitimate reason. That is the key part. The officers had stopped Mims for a legitimate reason, and upon observing the bulge in his jacket, any person of reasonable caution would have conducted the search. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, well, you know, the court's got it wrong in Pennsylvania versus Mims, and I agree with you guys because they gave officers too much space, too much leeway to just make something up. But remember, this was a 6-3 decision. There were 3 other judges that did not agree with this decision. Let's read what they had to say about this case. Justice Thurgood Marshall wrote a dissenting opinion. arguing that such searches, in order to conform to the requirements of the Fourth Amendment, must relate to the reason for the stop. Because the officer had detained Mims for an expired license plate, searching him for concealed weapons was not within the scope of the stop and therefore made it an unlawful search. Justice John Paul Stevens, joined by Justice William Brennan, a Thurgood Marshall, filed a separate dissent arguing that the majority opinion gave too much discretion to police officers, allowing them to search detainees whenever they could invent any basis for concern. So there were 3 judges who stated that this is too much discretion for these cops because they're going to start making things up. And as we see in this particular video, yeah, she stopped the driver for an obscure license plate, but she stopped the driver illegally according to the Texas state law because the driver was allowed to have a bike rack attached to the back of her vehicle that was attached in the customary manner. This was not a legit stop. So now we go back to the point where the officer's asking her to exit the vehicle and she's saying no. Is she legally wrong in this particular situation? No, she is not. This is not a legitimate stop, according to the court. Even the judges who agreed in Pennsylvania versus Mims said that the stop had to be a legitimate stop, which this was not. Even though the judges who disagreed also said cops have too much discretion. They can just use this to get you out and search you and do all these things just because they want to. Now, with that being said, let's look at what's going to happen. Spoiler alert, she's going to be searched, but let's look at the search. Pay attention carefully of how this search is conducted. The driver's going to let you know as well. Let's keep watching.
Yes, you are.
Can I get a second to
I do not have to answer any questions, and I am not getting out.
It's a lawful order.
No, it's not a lawful order.
Yes, it is. It is a lawful order, me telling you to get out of the vehicle.
I am not getting out.
You can open up the channel. You can get out of the vehicle, or you can go for interfering. Okay, well, we'll sit here all day until... Okay, well, we'll sit here all day. All I asked was for you to get out of the vehicle.
I am not getting out of my vehicle.
I don't know what's in this vehicle. You're not telling me if there are weapons. I asked you if there are weapons. You said, I don't have to tell you. You said, I don't have to tell you. So for all I know is you have a firearm.
There is no vehicle. There's no weapons in my vehicle.
You said, I don't have to tell you.
Exactly. But I also told you there was no vehicles in my... There's no weapons in my vehicle.
Okay, cool. Well,
So I do not have to get out of my vehicle.
yeah, you do. It's a lawful order.
No, it's not.
Okay, we can agree to disagree.
I'm not doing anything wrong. There is no reason for me to get out of my vehicle, and I gave you my driver's license.
Okay, but I'm asking you to get out of the vehicle, and you're still refusing.
Not getting out of my vehicle.
Okay, well, we can either pull you out.
Call Sergeant Simpson.
I don't need to call Sergeant Simpson.
There is no reason for me to get out of my vehicle. I've not done anything wrong.
So me asking you is a lawful order.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
It definitely is a lawful order.
My vehicle.
Okay.
It's not a lawful order because there is no reason for it.
Okay, she already locked it.
So,
That's all right. We got a sergeant on the line right now. See, he's en route. So you can sit here, or you can comply with our orders.
there is no vehicle. There is no reason for me to get out of my vehicle.
I don't know what's in this vehicle. You were hesitant on me asking if there were any weapons in the vehicle, and you said no, I don't have to tell you. So,
No weapons in my vehicle. If you're not shining your flashlight in my eyes, I'm deaf.
You're deaf?
well, that has nothing to do with a flashlight in your eyes.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
But I can't see you in order to hear you.
You're not even looking at us.
I can hear you because you're loud enough.
You can hear us,
Not,
but you're not looking at us.
no, I can't. Not now. I can't.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna run her. So. Hands on the hood. Anything y'all need that's gonna poke prod me? Pat you down for officer safety.
No.
Hands on the hood.
That's not a pat down. That is pull my bra.
It is definitely a pat down. We can argue all you want. I don't know why you are being so defensive.
You are not patting me down. You are feeling up under my bra.
Is that I'm allowed to?
No, you're not.
Okay.
So as we saw, in Pennsylvania versus Mims, if it's a legitimate stop, you can order the driver out of the vehicle, okay? Now, we also know about Terry v. Ohio. You know, if this is a legitimate stop, I have the right to detain you, which she is being detained, and I can pat you down. And I can pat you down for weapons. Now, the complaint here is that the officer did not pat the driver down. The officer was searching under the bra of the driver. This is where police officers try and be a little bit more sneaky to, cross that line as far as they can before someone calls them out on it. And the driver called her out that, no, you're not patting me down. You're actually searching me. This is going to come back to haunt the officer later when she talks to the attorney. But I want to point out one thing for you guys who may or may not, or may already know this. Duty to inform. There are certain states that you do have a duty to inform the officer if you are carrying a weapon or not. What does that mean? Some states require you to tell the police officer, yeah, I have a gun in here. Some states say, well, you only have to tell the police officer that if they ask you. And then there are some states that state, well, you don't have to tell the officer that at all. Well, in this particular situation, the officer is right. Texas is a duty to inform state. If you have a license to carry, or if you're carrying a weapon and the officer is asking you, hey, do you have a weapon? You do have to state, yes, I have a weapon inside of the vehicle. I have a gun. Okay. You can't go with the, all right, I'm going to remain silent. I'm going to exercise my Fifth Amendment right per state law. Now, I'm not going to go into the argument of does the state trump the Constitution. We all feel the same way about this. I'm only passing the message to you. So if you encounter this, you know how to conduct yourselves properly and not find yourself in a bad situation. All right, let's keep watching.
Where are you coming from today? Not your answer? Okay. Anything in the car that you're not supposed to have?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been in trouble with the law before?
No.
No?
Except for that I got pulled over, I went to jail for expired inspection registration, a long time ago.
Okay. So there's nothing inside the vehicle that you're not supposed to have?
No.
Okay. Do you mind if I search the vehicle?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. Stay right there. Do we have any canines? Bruh, no. Do you have any canines on? Your home? Is Theo on?
No, he's Wednesday.
$85.20. Can you make note that the occupant got out of the vehicle? And do we have any canine narcotics available?
Any available narcotics canine to assist you, please?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, I wonder if that's enough for me to, because technically she was interfering.
Oh, yeah. I've done it.
I'm gonna call the DA. Did you call the DA before you? Yeah.
Yeah, well, my guy had physically had to remove him out of the car. Because
Yeah, but how many times did we ask her? You know?
Oh, yeah,
it took
absolutely. No,
it took 4
I
units.
only asked mine 3 times for a ticket.
All right, I'm gonna call the DA. Hello, this is Officer Norton with Montgomery County Constable's Precinct 5. I got a question for you.
8520, no response on channel 4.
That's clear. So out on a traffic stop for obscured license plate. She has bikes covering her license plate. I can't see the license plate. When I told her that I wasn't able to see the rear license plate, she argued with me and says that it's not obscured, this, and this. I asked her multiple times to get out of the vehicle, because when I asked her, sorry, hold on. When I asked if there were any weapons in the vehicle, she said that she didn't have to tell me. And I said, well, it's for officer safety, this, and this. And finally, after asking her multiple times, she said, no, there's no weapons in the vehicle. I then asked her, okay, well, do you mind stepping out? That way I know, for my safety, your safety, everything's okay. She then rolled up the passenger window, said it was an accident. And then she refused to get out of the vehicle when I asked her multiple times. It took 4 other officers to ask her verbally. We didn't have to physically remove her. But she finally got out of the vehicle. And then as I'm patting her down, seeing if she stuffed anything anywhere in her bra, she said that I was not doing a pat down, that I was illegally searching her. So I was going to see if that's enough for interference.
Give me a second, I want to look at something.
Okay.
Florida reporting you over check. 2978.
Okay, here's where you're at. I'm with you. Technically, yes, you have the violation if you want to file it. However, there are some problems that will make you look terribly bad if you have to defend this case in court.
Okay.
The first one is the statute that I wanted to look at is that bicycles and motorcycle racks attached to a vehicle in normal and customary manner cannot be used as a basis for obstructing a license plate. It's actually spelled out in the statute.
Okay, even with the bicycles on it?
I'll read it to you. Subsection A7, which is the obscured license plate, may not be construed to apply to a bicycle or motorcycle rack that is attached to a vehicle in a normal or customary manner. Now, that's problem number 1. Problem number 2, it sounds like she has a valid point about the search in saying that you patting her bra is not a pat down, it's a search. So the long and the short of it is, I would not do it, but if y'all really want to bite off that fight, yes, we'll file it.
No, I mean, I'm going to go with obviously what you say, because I'm calling you to get your opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. You could easily make out the case for interference with public duties for her refusing to come out of the vehicle for an extended period and requiring a number of officers to get involved. However, a defense attorney, in my opinion, is going to eat you alive with the other 2 issues at a trial on that case. So I'll go whichever way y'all want to go, and I'm certainly happy if you want to talk to your sergeant about it and make a decision that way.
No. Like I said, I called you to get your kind of approval on the stuff that we got out here.
Is, legally, you're right. Morally, I wouldn't take that fight if I were you.
Yeah. Okay. I was under the impression that if we weren't able to see a plate in the back at all, then it was obscured.
Well, I read you the exact language, and so you can see how you think it applies to your exact facts, because you're looking at your situation live. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I mean, I physically can't see the plate, so like I legit had to go under the bikes as I'm pulling over the vehicle to see the plate. Like there's 3 bikes.
Yeah.
So
I'm giving you my pieces, so yeah, whichever way you want to go is fine with me.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Yeah.
All right. Bye. That's clear. You can disregard.
Were you wanting to speak with the sergeant, or?
8505 show me.
You have any questions?
Nothing.
All right. Well, the sergeant's right here if you want to speak to him. If not, you're more than welcome to go on about your day.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me, for him? No? Okay.
And we heard the attorney said himself, okay, you're in a bad situation, all right? The traffic stop is not legal, all right? She can have a bike rack attached to the back of her vehicle. The state law says she can do that, and you can't use that to say her license plate is obscured. The other thing is she has a legitimate point. Even he agrees with the driver that you searching inside of her bra is not a pat search. What I don't like that the attorney said, though, he goes on to say, you're legally right, but morally you're not. Wait, so it's I thought she wasn't legally right, you know, because we just saw that according to state laws and case law, she definitely was not right. But morally she's not right. I don't know, he confused me. I'm just being honest. I don't get that one. So I don't agree with what he's saying because I don't really understand what he's saying. So we know that the officer was wrong in this situation and the district attorney sided with the driver. But he also stated, if you guys want to go ahead and go with it, then you know what, whichever way you guys go, I'll go. That's a problem. There should have been a hard no. Okay, no, she is not in violation of any law. No, you shouldn't have never put her over. Yes, she is right. You were not allowed to search under her bra the way that you did. Go apologize, let her know you're sorry, and let her go. But he stated, if you guys want to go left, I'll go left with you. If you guys want to go right, I'll go right with you. That's the problem. That's a part of the biggest problem. And that's what, when many viewers say, they state, well, where's the good cop? Well, the good cop, who's supposed to be a good cop, but ultimately is not a good cop, is standing there instead of telling his partner, hey, look, we're wrong on this one, or you're wrong on this one. Let's stop this guy or this woman. She's free to go. They go along with it. Although they themselves did not violate your right or your rights or put their hands on you themselves, but ultimately they did because they watched as the other officer did so and they allowed it to happen. And the attorney, the district attorney in this case, just did the same thing. You know the cop's wrong. Tell the cop you are wrong. Go apologize. Let the driver go. All right. This is the way it works. This is the way it works. This is what we're fighting against. We have to call this stuff out. All right. Always know your rights. And this is a very good and important reason why you should, great example of a video, why you should know your state laws. Okay. They differ state by state. Some are similar, many are different. Always know your rights and always record the police. With that being said, We the People University signing off.
Okay, guys. So this female cow officer has no clue what her job is. None whatsoever. You know, well, I can't read it. Well, if you knew the law, you wouldn't have had a problem. You wouldn't have got yourself into this. And you have a DA that, oh, I'll go whichever way you want. You want to file it, I'll go ahead and file it for you. Yeah, okay. Because I'm bored and I've got nothing else to do because I'm in Texas and down here we don't know Shinola, so there you go. Man, this system is broken. It needs to be fixed. Hey, subscribe to Avira Israel's site, which is We the People University. Check out his ebook. He has a ebook that explains the goings on of policing today. I think you guys would find it quite interesting. And tell him I sent you guys over there. Subscribe to him. Hit his like and share. It helps his algorithms. And hit my subscribe and share and like and the little bell so you know when I put out a new video. And the thumbs up or thumbs down. Let me know how you're doing. And leave me a comment. Okay, guys, have a great and wonderful day.